Welcome in, football fans. If you love watching grown, sweaty men catch balls and get tackled as much as I do, hit that red subscribe button down below. We're 16 weeks into this NFL season, ladies and gentlemen. Playoffs is almost here. I don't know who's good. I don't know who's bad. And I couldn't even attempt to predict the Super Bowl at this moment. We have our Week 16 NFL predictions. We're going to talk about our game of the week, lock of the week, upset of the week, toilet bowl game of the week. And we are predicting the winners from all 16 games in Week 16. Lock in with me and hit that subscribe button. Starting with Thursday night football. Hey, Rams fans, I have a Christmas present for you, a little Christmas poem. I concocted if you would allow me to sing that to you real quick. Let me get the sunglasses on for the effect. 'Twas the night before kickoff in Seattle's loud lair. Not a Ram was safe, not a chance in the air. The 12s were all ready, jerseys pulled tight, believing in Darnold to cook up the night. The Rams tried to sneak in, all quiet and sly, but the roar from the crowd split the clouds in the sky. JSN was flexing, Cup would break free, and K9 ran wild. No mercy, no plea. The defense stood tall, Witherspoon on a tear. Not in my house was the message declared. Stafford looked nervous. The pocket collapsed as sacks rained down. Yeah, the Rams got smacked. So raise up the flags. Let the victory sing. Seattle stays the king of this NFC West ring. From kickoff to final, one truth stands tall. Mary beat the Rams miss. Seahawks win it all. We are going to give Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams, absolute, utter belt to you know what tonight. And I get it. Y'all won by 2 points last time, something like that. Our quarterback turned it over 4-5 times. Y'all beat us by 2 points with a healthy team, with a defense that wasn't reeling, with an unhealthy Seahawks defense. What my Seattle Seahawks are about to come out here and do to those LA Rams tonight, to not only win the division, but solidify ourselves at the top of the NFC, is going to be sick work. And it's going to be a very Merry Christmas for Seattle Seahawks fans. You already know with our game of the week, I'm rocking with the Sam Darnold led, the best defense in the league, the Ram Killers, the Seahawks. Let me get the 12s down in the chat for my Seattle Seahawks winning this game over the LA Rams. Yeah. That being said, on to our next game, the Packers at the Bears. Another game with massive, we're going to go ahead and take this hat off because it's slipping off my big head. The Packers at the Bears. Really big playoff implications in this game. Winner probably goes out here and wins the division. If the Packers go up 2 games on the Chicago Bears, I don't think there's any way they can come out on top of this division anymore. So a massive game here for the Chicago Bears. They win and they're pretty much in. They lose and the Detroit Lions could catch up with a massive game coming up between the two, I believe. Could determine who's going to make playoffs and who's going to be sitting at home with potentially 10 wins. But I do want to say the Green Bay Packers are reeling right now. They lose Micah Parsons. Christian Watson's probably going to be out for a while. What's new? You already lost Kraft. Jordan Love can't put together 4 quarters of football to save his absolute life. And the Bears are out here getting hot in December when it matters, running the ball. Oh, and yeah, you have Josh Jacobs on a snap count. The Bears are out here running the ball. Passing the ball, Caleb Williams is looking better and better every week. I do think the Chicago Bears are going to come out here and they're going to win this game. Next, we have the Philadelphia Eagles at the Washington Commanders. Now, I used a picture of Jaden Daniels here. He will not be playing this week, re-aggravated his elbow injury. This is a big game for the Eagles no matter what. Of course, The Cowboys really aren't going to catch them. They've pretty much already locked up the division. The Commanders aren't playing their starting quarterback. While this is going to be a big game for the Philadelphia Eagles, you want to get your offense going in December. You want to get your run game rolling in December. You want your offense hot going into playoffs. The Philadelphia Eagles offense looks absolutely horrendous. They did have a game against the Raiders last week where they started to put it together. You want to keep that momentum going, especially against the division rival. I don't care who you're putting out there at quarterback. It's a division game. This is a Commanders team that is going to come and play the Eagles hard. Pause. This Commanders team is not going to let the Eagles walk all over them. The Eagles need to go in here and assert their dominance on both sides of the ball, especially this close to playoffs. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles with the win. Next, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Carolina Panthers. This is for the division, folks. If you would have told me week one, no, my bad. We'll say week 3 when the Bucs were red hot and the Panthers, I don't even remember what their record was, probably 0-3, maybe 1-2. If you would have told me that week, hey, Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be playing the Carolina Panthers for the division in week 16, I would have called you an absolute liar. But the way this year is going, anything has been possible. The Panthers look absolutely amazing. The Bucs are reeling because their wide receiver core has been hurt all year. Their defense is battered and beat up. Their O-line is absolutely decimated. And the Panthers have a lot of young, hungry talent on both sides of the ball. Your wide receiver core is insane. You have a backfield who aren't only battling each other to see who's going to start, which I think is healthy competition. They're battling so they can get new contracts. They're battling so they can get that bread. Bryce Young battling so he can get that munyon. A young quarterback taking on a vet in Baker Mayfield who is tired of hearing the doubters, tired of hearing the haters. He's been there, done that. He wants to go out there and prove he can go and get a Super Bowl ring with big Mike Evans, big Chris Godwin, and the crazy wide receiver core finally starting to get healthy again. I do think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come out, tighten it up, and get the win in Carolina. Next, we have the Buffalo Bills taking on the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Browns out here playing for the first pick overall. Really, they still have their pick, right? Lord, I forget who all did trades on draft day that were probably bad ideas. But Shedeur Sanders, I think, looking really solid. Going up against the Bills defense, who I personally don't believe is really that great. They can start rolling and playing decent team ball. When they get hot down the stretch, they get hot down the stretch, but they don't typically start games hot. Shedeur coming off, I can't remember his stats from last game. It was last game when he threw for like 400 yards. He's had good games. He's had some okay games. I don't think he's really had any terrible games where it really wasn't the coaching or it wasn't the defense's fault. Shedeur is going to be okay. I think Shedeur could be the starter for the Browns next year if they don't trade him to start for another organization. But dear Lord, Josh Allen is and when I say this, I don't mean he's going to win MVP. This is when you say most valuable player, let's say we take Stafford off the Rams, right? They wouldn't be as good. I still think they're a playoff team. I still think that offense is crazy. Yes, Stafford puts them over the top. Let's say you take, oh, Lord, who else is an MVP running? Just think of any quarterback. Take Josh Allen off of the Bills, right? What happens when you take Josh Allen off of the Buffalo Bills? They are a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. What Josh Allen does week in and week out, going out here and willing his team to victories, is nothing other than beyond impressive. I don't even know what words to put it into. This is the real deal at quarterback in the NFL right now. I think he might be the best doing it. Give me Josh Allen going out there, beating the Browns, but I do hope we see Myles Garrett break the sack record this week. And I think it's possible. I'm going to keep it real. Next, we have our toilet bowl game of the week. We got the Cincinnati Bengals, who we don't even know if Joe Burrow wants to play there anymore, taking on Tua Tagovailoa, but he's not taking on Tua Tagovailoa. I just didn't have a picture of Quinn Ewers on my Canva to plug and paste. The Dolphins do bench Tua turn the ball over. They go out there. They have what's his name? They have Quinn Ewers starting, who I think is probably a pretty good option. I think you go out there, see what you have with your young talent. I mean, Tua is pretty much gone from this team. You have to make the quarterback change if you want to keep coaching Mike McDaniels, and I think he knows that. It's time to move on. I think he saved his career with the little streak he went on. It's time to change personnel, go out there, get a quarterback. Take it on Joe Burrow, who we don't even know if he wants to be on the Bengals anymore. He's tired of getting hit. He's tired of the defense being terrible. But what's crazy to me is bitched and moaned and complained all season. Pay T. Higgins! Pay T. Higgins! Pay Jamar! Pay Jamar! Oh, but we're not going to beg to go and pay the defense. We're not going to go and beg to get players on defense. Well, like you drop T. Higgins, you go and sign some dogs on defense. Oh, but we're upset now because we're not winning games because the defense gets scored on over and 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 over again. Joe Burrow's an amazing talent. He needs to leave Cincinnati if he wants to go get a ring. And I know that would suck leaving Jamar Chase. Sure, you'll meet up again eventually. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals with the wins over the Miami Dolphins. Next, we have the Chargers at the Cowboys. Cowboys playoff hopes pretty much. Someone let me know down in the comments, are the Dallas Cowboys officially eliminated from playoffs? I'm not 100% sure. Taking on a Chargers team who has looked beyond terrible. All they can do is run the ball. Herbert hasn't been able to throw good the last 4 weeks of the season. Shout out Lad McConkey for absolutely cooking me. I will never start a white wide receiver in fantasy ever again because of you, sir. The defense is really holding the Chargers together right now, and I think the Dallas Cowboys are probably going to go out there and absolutely tear the field up against the Chargers. I think the wide receivers are going to cook the secondary. I think they're not going to be able to stop Javonte Williams, and I think the defense is going to step up. Give me the Dallas Cowboys with a big Dallas win over the LA Chargers, who again have looked absolutely abysmal. Next, we have our Toilet Bowl Game of the Week Part 2. We typically don't do 2 of these, and if it puts into perspective how bad these teams are, I didn't even take time to cut out 2 players to put on the graphic. Can't tell you who's starting at quarterback. I know Tyler Shuck, Saug, Suck, whatever his name is, however you say it, however it's spelled. He's looked decent. He's looked pretty good. He's willed the Saints to a few wins, and that's a good trade a quarterback can have. He kind of gives me Derek Carr vibes, just not as good as Derek Carr. He is a rookie, so we'll see how that goes. Taking on the Jets, I guess they're rolling Brady Cook out again, if that's even his name. I can't even remember. I don't even want to put my, thoughts into this game other than give me the New Orleans Saints with a win to keep the hot streak going. After who they beat the Panthers last week? Give me the New Orleans Saints with a win. Next, we have our lock of the week. We have 9 taking on Jackson Dart, a battle of 2 young upcoming quarterbacks. I'm actually super excited to watch this game because both of these guys play with so much passion. And I don't even feel good calling him JJ McCarthy. We're not even going to call him JJ McCarthy anymore because that gritty into the end zone against the Dallas Cowboys last week solidified this is no one other on the field than 9 himself. But Jackson Dart's alter ego is also crazy. The chain, the fighting for yards, the going out there and hyping his team up. Both of these guys, I think, are gentlemen that teams can get behind and play behind. The wide receiver cores for the Vikings is obviously better. Jordan Addison, one of the most slept on receivers in the game. If they could get the Vikings a solid running back, this team might actually be crazy. Just because that's what J.J. McCarthy comes from. Run first, pass second offense. And I think if you get him that run first, this could be an insane team in the league. Taking on the New York Giants, who are just battered and beat up. I cannot wait to see Jackson Dart with Malik Neighbors, with my boy Wandell, with Cam Scatabo, with a completely healthy team, with a rejuvenated defense. This team is going to look solid. The Giants are fun to watch. The Vikings are going to be fun to watch. And I think we all kind of, especially me, I doubted J.J. McCarthy early in the year. I didn't know he was going to make it. I didn't know if he was going to make it or not. But the adjustments he's made, the sparks are there. The moments are there. He just has to go out there and consistently put it together. The Minnesota Vikings are going to be okay. And I think they're going to be okay against the New York Giants. Give me the Minnesota Vikings with a big Minnesota win in New York. Next, we have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Tennessee Titans. Now, if Patrick Mahomes was playing, we would be having a completely different conversation. And I do love me some Minshew mania. Let me get that clear. Love some Gardner Minshew. I think there are going to be several starters that they just go ahead and sit for the Chiefs because I feel like the Chiefs are just so tired. They've played in Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl after deep playoff run after Super Bowl after deep playoff run. Like, they need some rest. Fatigue is real playing playoff after playoff after playoff after playoff. I think they're going to sit a lot of the starters. I think it's still going to be a good game. I think the Tennessee Titans are going to come out here and get a much-needed win under their belt. They've looked a lot better the last few weeks. Next, we have the Falcons at the Cardinals, and I get both these teams are eliminated. This is going to still be a good, fun game to watch. One, because you got Trey McBride. Two, we have Kyle Pitts finally like, oh, y'all finally got me a quarterback that can pass the ball, and he's healthy. This man, Kirk Cousins, is making Kyle Pitts look like the generational talent he was supposed to be when he came into the league. And I absolutely love to see it. Bijan Robinson out here hooping. I don't know if Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to play. I don't know what the Cardinals are going to do at quarterback moving forward, but I just know Kyler Murray is absolutely gone from this team. There's no way you bring back Kyler Murray. I think you roll out Jacoby Brissett if that's best case scenario. Speaking of next year. The Falcons, I don't know what they're going to do at quarterback. I don't know if, this is what his Penix's third knee injury. And that's why you keep Kirk Cousins, but you're paying him so much. Like, it's like, what are we going to do when Penix comes back if he starts turning the ball over, if he gets hurt again, if he's just not, the Falcons roster is a team that I have said over the last 2 years should have won 10 plus games. And they have come nowhere near that. I think I'm this is a hard one. I think I'm going to rock with the Arizona Cardinals on this one to get the win. Next, we have the Jags at the Broncos. This is going to be one of our premier games of the week. Trevor Lawrence taking on Bo Nix. Both teams have really ridiculous D-lines. I want to shout out the Jags D-line is beyond underrated. One of the best pass rushing D-lines in the league. Taking on Bo Nix's Broncos. The defense all around is insane. The Jags, their offense has come full circle. Adding Jacoby Myers is one of the best pickups in one of the best pickups at the trade deadline for any team this year. It has made their offense look so much better. It's let Brian Thomas go out there and actually get healthy and get open a lot more. You have your tight end, Brenton Strange, back, who's finally hooping again. Travis Etienne, everyone wrote him off. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Jags team that I think is putting 4 quarters of football together. We have still really yet to see the Bo Nix-led Broncos put 4 quarters together. Their defense is insane. Is Trevor Lawrence going to be able to go out here and overcome that defense? I think he is. I'm rocking with the Jacksonville Jaguars with a big win under their belt against the Denver Broncos going into playoffs, which is going to hurt the Broncos, and it's going to do nothing but help the Jacksonville Jaguars. Next, we have the Steelers at the Lions. This is a big game for both teams because the Steelers are still fighting to get into playoffs or extend the gap between them and the Ravens for the division. What teams don't win this division are not making playoffs. Ravens have 7 wins. I can't remember if Steelers have 7 or 8 wins, but the Ravens are hot on their tails. And then the Lions also fighting for playoff chances. They're on the outside looking in right now. Because you have the Red Hot Bears, because you have the Green Bay Packers, both fighting for the top of the division, then one of the other teams is second. I do think they are 1 game behind the Green Bay Packers. This is going to be a big game. Lions win this. They're in prime position to still potentially win the division if Green Bay falls off and the Rams keep moving. Or if Green Bay falls off and then they go in and they play the Bears and beat them, that could propel them to the top of the division, knocking out either the Bears or the Green Bay Packers of playoffs completely. And then the Steelers team, Aaron Rodgers is getting hot. Aaron Rodgers gets hot in the month of December, if he keeps going and keeps winning games, he's going to lock up this division. And I would hate to play playoff Aaron Rodgers. Playoff wild card Aaron Rodgers would be scary for any team. I am rocking with the Detroit Lions with a big Detroit dub this Sunday. Next, we have the Raiders at the Texans. I'm not even going to sit here and harp on this long. Give me the Houston Texans to keep the streak alive. The one thing about the Houston Texans that is getting really scary right now, didn't really look good at the beginning of the year. The offense wasn't looking amazing, but now you're seeing they play the Cardinals, they play the Raiders, and they're like, they're supposed to beat these teams. They are supposed to beat these teams. What else it is allowing them to do is open up that offense and get that offense humming, getting ready for playoffs. And if you get CJ Stroud in the offense humming behind that defense, it is going to spell trouble in the playoffs for any team having to come up against these Houston Texans. Next, we have our upset of the week. We have the New England Patriots heading on over to the Lamar Marvelous Jackson-led Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens desperately need a win. I believe, squeaking by last week against... Did they win last week? I can't remember. Y'all let me know if the Ravens won last week down in the comments. I believe, was that the week they beat the Bengals? I can't really remember. Going up against a New England Patriots team who is coming off a loss to another mobile quarterback in Josh Allen. Like I said, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, basically the same. You take Lamar Jackson off the... I can't say that. You took Lamar Jackson off the Ravens for a little bit, and they won some games. I'm just saying right now. Josh Allen might be better. No, but in all seriousness, Lamar Jackson is so hurt right now. I don't know if he's going to have the capacity to go out here and beat this, we'll say still a red-hot New England Patriots team. They do drop one. But they've looked phenomenal up into that point. And it was a division game. Division games have been so weird this year. I do think that the New England Patriots, who are the underdogs, come out and give the Baltimore Ravens belt to, you know what, solidifying and locking up their playoff spot and potentially closing the door on the Baltimore Ravens. Give me the New England Patriots with a win. Next, we have the 49ers at the Colts. The 49ers are winning this game. I'm not even going to harp on this one long. The Colts are a really good team. You can plug, I think, any quarterback into that system and they're going to look good. Something about the 49ers system, I think Shanahan should probably win Coach of the Year every year. The way you can also plug any quarterback into this team and it just continue to be successful. And not just any cornerback. You can plug any D-end, any linebacker, any cornerback. This team is a rotating door of absolute dogs at players because the coaching staff is absolutely ridiculous. Give me the San Francisco 49ers with the win, and I would love to see Brock Purdy, Dougie, one last time.